My name is Valerie Boss Slashberg, and I am here today from Story Tapestries to present to you a new kind of twist on a show that I have been working on. So, before you've seen us do the fastest plane when we take a plane around the world, well, today I want to talk to you about my travels as a small child. I used to move a lot. So I would change from school to school, and every time that I moved, I would have to make new friends. And what the beauty of this was is that every time I moved, I got to meet more people. And every time I moved, I also heard these amazing stories that were told to me by new teachers that I met and by new friends that I met. And so today I want to take you on a trip around the Pacific Northwest and Southwest of the United States. Are you guys ready to go with me? I think we are. So first off, I want to say, let's open up our imaginations because I want us to wake those brains up so that we can imagine all the places that we're going to go today. So my friends, let's take our hands, and now remember, this is just pretend. We're going to unzip our brains like so, and we're going to open it up. And we're going to reach inside. Ooh, it's tickly in there. And we're going to pull some of our imagination out. And now I want us to stretch, and slam it shut. And stretch, and slam it shut. And now we're going to take our imagination, and we're going to throw it up into the air on the count of 3. Ready? Let's do it together. 1, 2, 3. Wow! Welcome, welcome, welcome. This is your driver, Captain Valerie, and we are here to take a trip around the Pacific Northwest and California and into Arizona. Are we ready? Everybody, put your hands around the steering wheel as we get ready to move. Oh, we have to buckle our seatbelts. Buckle, buckle, buckle. Let me see. Oh, I can see those seatbelts are buckled. Excellent. Are we getting ready? Our first destination is the mountains of Idaho. Now, when I was a little girl, and I grew up as a little girl in the mountains of Idaho, and you know what? My grandfather, he was a forest ranger. So his job was to go to the forest and make sure that all the animals were safe, and to make sure all the trees were safe, and to make sure that all the things, all the rocks and mountains and trees and rivers, they were all safe and protected. That was his job. And when I was a little girl, a long time ago, he told me this story about 2 best friends, and they were a turtle and a fox. Now, the thing about the turtle is that when she spoke really, really fast. Oh my gosh, what are we going to do? What are we going to do? What are we going to do? But when she moved, of course, she's moved very, very slow. Now, my grandfather, he would see turtles all the time in the woods. Now, this turtle, she moved very, very slow. Now, the fox, when he spoke very, very slow. But when he moved, as you know, foxes, they move really, really, really fast. Show me moving really, really fast. Oh my gosh, I see my friends showing me really, really fast. Well, one day the fox was sitting under a tree playing his favorite instrument, the thumb piano. And he was waiting a very, very long time for the turtle to come up, when finally she approached, and she was like, oh my gosh, we gotta throw a party, we gotta throw a party. And the fox was like, whoa, slow down, take a breath. And the turtle was like, no. And she took a breath, and she's like, all right, what is going on? She's like, oh, tomorrow is our spring festival, and we need to throw a party. And the fox is like, huh, if we're going to throw a party, who should we invite to this party? Well, in the forest in Idaho, in the mountains of Idaho, they have hanging from the trees, they have these cute little squirrels. And they have these long tails, and they would hang from the trees, and they would jump. And they would jump and fly across the trees as they would get their nuts. So they would, let's invite the squirrels. Yes. Oh, and also we should invite the moose. Now, moose, they have big ears and horns, and they're very tall, and they're moose. So everyone do this, the moose. Boom, boom, and the moose would come. Yes, we should throw the moose. And the snakes. Everyone put your hands. And the snakes would come. Yes. Oh, and the hawks. And the hawks would come. Oh, and the turtle was like, yes. And he's like, and the fox is like, yes. Well, we should also, let's not forget to invite the bear. When the turtle heard that the bear, she was like, no bears, absolutely not, no bears. Well, what the fox and the turtle didn't know was that hiding behind a very big tree, my friend, show me a very tall tree, a nice tall tree, hiding behind the big tall tree was a big giant brown bear. And when he heard that he was not invited to the party, he did what bears do best. He began to cry. And he cried and cried and cried. But then later he did what bears are more known for. Now, my friends, I need some help with this. Everyone put your arms up like so. Ready? On the count of 3. I want you to give me the nicest, loudest roar you can as a bear. 1, 2, 3. Roar! Wow. That was such a loud roar. Oh my gosh, my friends. Whew. Wow, that scared me. Well, when the fox and the turtle heard the bear roar, the fox, he took off running, and the turtle, she wanted to take off, but she couldn't move very fast. So she had to hide inside her shell, and she was so scared. Oh, and now, the fox, being her best friend, he was looking aside, and he saw the big bear go over to the turtle. He said, I'm gonna eat you. I am. I'm gonna eat you. And that turtle, she was so scared. Now the fox, he had an idea. He was like, all right, bear, if you want to eat the turtle, you need to learn the turtle's secret. The turtle has a secret. What is it? Well, you have to put the turtle in water, and her shell will get nice and soft, and then you can just eat her right up. Just eat her up. Does that make any sense, my friends? Absolutely not. If you put a turtle in water, what happens? They swim away. Well, that bear, he was so hungry and he was so upset. He was shaking that turtle, and he was just like, all right, I'm going to put you in water. And he tossed her into the water. And of course, she swam away, and the fox, he ran away, and the bear was left there all by himself. Well, now, the turtle, she felt a little bad, yeah, that she left the bear all there by himself. So she came back 1 hour later. She's like, all right, bear, you can come to the spring festival, but you have to promise no roaring. And the bear was like, okay, I promise no roaring. No, wait a minute. You just did what you said you weren't going to do. It's like, oh, okay, I'm sorry. No roaring. Well, the day of the spring festival came, and the squirrels came. The squirrels came, and the moose came. And they were like, and the snakes came, and the hawks, and even some little rabbits came. And of course, the bear came. Roar. And they had this amazing party where they sang, and they danced, and they had this party. They even went on a hike together. They did, and they played hide and seek, and they went, so let's go on a hike together. Let's see where the bear and the fox and the turtle and all their friends went. And so walking in the forest, we're not afraid. We're not afraid. We're gonna stop. We're gonna listen. Oh, remember who's hanging from the trees? The squirrels, that's right. All right. And now they're continuing to play their hide and seek game. Walking in the forest, we're not afraid. We're not afraid. We're going to stop. We're going to listen. Who else are we going to say? Oh, looking in the bushes, we see great big ears and a big nose. The moose. The moose. Yes. Oh, now, we're going to go find some others. We got to look for others. So walking in the forest, we're not afraid. We're not afraid. We're going to stop. We're going to listen. And what do we see? Slithering on the ground. The snakes. That's right. Oh, let's continue, my friends. This game of hide and seek is amazing. Walking in the forest, we're not afraid. We're not afraid. We're going to stop. We're going to listen. Oh, we're going to look up high, and we're going to soaring through the air. We see the hawks. Yes. Oh, and they were so happy to have this hike together. And the bear was leading, and he was becoming friends with everyone. And the fox and the turtle had a great time with all of their friends, and they enjoyed the spring festival. Oh, such a wonderful thing. Now, my friends, let's take your hands like so. Let's put that story to close. Let's give yourselves a round of applause. My friends, that was a story that my grandmother shared with me when I was a little girl about the animals of the forest. Excellent. Then, my friends, you know what? It's time to go. When I was in 6th grade, I moved to California. And in California, we have bright sunshine, and we have beautiful beaches. And we also have a gigantic redwood forest. Oh, my friends, I'm ready to go. Let's put our seatbelts on. Let's get in our truck. And we are moving. We are off to California. Absolutely. Everyone buckle. Think we're here. Oh, I see it. Oh, I see tall trees. My friends, can you show me some big, tall trees? They're the redwood forest, and they're such big trees, and they've been there for hundreds and hundreds of years. Oh, these trees have so many stories to tell. Oh, and my friends, hanging from those tall trees, we have more squirrels, but these squirrels are different. These squirrels are dark black squirrels. Now, in Idaho, they were red-brown squirrels, but these are dark black squirrels, and they climb up those big tall trees, and they hang from them, and they yes. Oh my goodness. And they have these wonderful, you look up and there's wonderful wonderful birds sitting in the trees, hanging out in these beautiful trees, these big, giant trees. Oh, and on the ground, I see little bunnies. Little bunnies. Show me your nose, your bunny nose. Hopping along, hopping along. Yes, excellent. Oh, well, a long, say it with me now. A long time ago in the redwood forest was a big, giant, ancient tree. Now, this was the biggest, oldest tree in the whole entire forest. Now, nobody wanted to know how old this tree was or to question it, because in order to find out how old a tree is, you had to cut it open and count all the rings. And oh my gosh, nobody wanted to do that. Now, this tree, all the little animals listened to, and all the other trees and bushes listened to, because it was the wisest, oldest tree in all the area. All of them listened, except for one small little tree, and we called her the sassy one. Come on, my friends, show me a sassy tree. Show me a sassy tree. The sassy one. Now, this little tree, she did not want to listen. She did not want to do anything that big tree said. All she wanted to do was dance. She wanted to dance. She wanted to dance. And dance. And dance. Well, the job of the big ancient tree was to look after all the little animals and all the other trees, and to keep mind of when the storm was coming, when the big rainstorm was coming. And one day the big tree looked up, and he noticed that the winds had shifted and the clouds had moved in, and he could tell there was a big storm coming in. And he said, "Oh, little trees, little animals, the storm is coming. Come close and hold on tight." Well, all the little bushes, all the little trees listened, all the little animals, all the squirrels and the bunnies, they all listened, and the birds got quiet, except for the littlest tree, the sassy one. And she just wanted to dance and dance. And she just danced. Well, the wind started picking up. Shh. And the trees, they started to blow. And the lightning started to come through. And we heard, the rain started, and we heard drip, drop, drip, drip, drop, drip. And then it got faster and louder. Drip, drop, drip, drip, drop, drip, drip, drop, drip, drop, drip, drop, drip, drip, drop, drip, drip, drop, drip, drip, and it got faster and louder. And it was drip, drop, drip, kaboom, drip, drop, drip, kaboom, drip, drop, drip, kaboom. And all of a sudden we heard the big loud kaboom. And a big, tall strike of lightning came down. And as that strike of lightning came down, that little tree, she was just dancing and dancing and dancing and dancing until all at once the lightning struck her. And the big tree looked down. He's like, "Hey, little tree, are you okay?" And that little tree was like, "Not really." Because you see, the lightning had broken off one of her branches. And so she was just left with one branch hanging down. And she thought, as she sat there, she's like, "You know what? I'm not really okay, but I will be. Because when a tree breaks, parts of its roots will dig down into the earth. And as the rain comes and the sun comes out, a new tree will grow. And when all those little trees grow, I will make sure that those little trees know that when the storm comes, that they need to hold on tight." So she looked up at the big tree and she was like, "Ancient tree, I will tell those little trees that when the storm comes, they need to hold on tight. And they did. As those trees grew, as they grew, and the storms came in, and that little tree grew up to be a bigger tree, and she stood next to the big ancient tree. She made sure to tell her little tree friends to, like, when the storm comes, make sure you hold on tight. And they did. And that's how our redwood forest became bigger and bigger. Excellent, my friends. I have a song to share with you about the tree, and I would like you to hear it. It goes, standing like a tree with my roots dug down, my branches wide and open. Come down the rain, come down the sun, come down the fruit to a heart that is open to be loved. I'm going to sing that again. Ready? Standing like a tree with my roots dug down, my branches wide and open. Come down the rain, come down the sun, come down the fruit to a heart that is open to be loved. Oh my goodness, friends, thank you so much for joining me for that story. Let's take our hands like so, and let's give ourselves a round of applause. And let's take a little bit of a breath. Oh, Miss Valerie's gonna get a little water. Excellent, excellent, my friends. So those are two places that I spent a good portion of my childhood. I grew up in Idaho in the mountains with my grandmother, and then I moved to California, where I was able to visit the redwood forest as well as oceans and beaches. Yes. And then later, when I was a little older, I moved again to Arizona. And in Arizona, it is so hot. It's so hot, and the sun beats down, and there is no beaches, but there's lots of sand. There's lots of desert. And we have these saguaros where they're tall cactuses, and they stand like this. And they're tall, tall, tall. And sometimes in the saguaros, you'll get woodpeckers, peck, 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 peck. You'll get the woodpeckers that go peck, 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 peck. And they burrow homes in the cactuses. Peck, 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 peck. And we also have these birds that don't fly. They're called roadrunners, and they run very, very, very fast. Very, very fast. We also have, in the desert, we have mountain lions, and they're big cats that hang out in the mountains in the desert, and they come down sometimes to find water. And we have big cats. We also have lots of little lizards. And a long time ago, there was a gecko. And this gecko, he loved to complain. I don't like this. I don't like that. I don't like this. Oh, that's the noise he would make. And that gecko, he would make that noise all the time. Well, one night he was sleeping high up in a tree, and he was making that noise. And in the distance, he heard the dragonflies beeping. Beep, 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 beep. And he thought, oh my goodness, why are the dragonflies beeping in the middle of the night? If they're beeping in the middle of the night, there must be an emergency. So that gecko, he ran down the tree, and he ran up the mountain, and he ran into the mountain lion's cave. And he went up to the mountain lion. He was like, oh, 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 oh. And the mountain lion was like, whoa, what's going on? What's going on? What's going on? And the gecko was like, excuse me. I heard the dragonfly beeping in the middle of the night, and I knew that it must be an emergency. Well, the lion was like, oh, I'm not so sure about this. But then he thought, he's like, if I don't check this out, that gecko is going to be all night long, and I'm never going to get any sleep. So the mountain lion got ready to leave, and as he was leaving, that gecko turned around a couple of times and went to sleep on the lion's pillow. What? And then that lion, he ran down and he sought out the dragonfly. He's like, dragonfly, why are you beeping in the middle of the night? And the dragonfly said, I am beeping in the middle of the night because I heard the woodpecker pecking. Peck, 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 peck in the middle of the night. And I thought there must be an emergency. Well, the lion, he went over and he found the woodpecker and he said, woodpecker, why are you beeping, beep, 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 peck, peck, peck. Why are you pecking in the middle of the night? What's your emergency? Well, the woodpecker said, I am pecking in the middle of the night because I heard the frog ribbiting, ribbit, 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 and I knew that there must be an emergency. The mountain lion, knew he was not going to get any sleep until he solved this problem. So he went off to find the frog. And indeed, the frog was ribbiting in the middle of the night. And the mountain lion went up. He says, frog, 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 frog. Why are you ribbiting in the middle of the night? And the frog said, well, I'm ribbiting in the middle of the night because I heard the cow moving. Oh, the lion thought, oh, he's like, I heard the cow mooing and I thought that there must be an emergency. Well, oh my goodness. This mountain lion, he could not believe it. He's like, I will never get to sleep until I solve this. So off he went to find the cow. And indeed, the cow was mooing. And the mountain lion said, cow, 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 why are you mooing? Well, the cow said, I was mooing in the middle of the night because I heard the beetle whispering to her children. And I thought there must be an emergency. An emergency. Well, the lion was like, fine. All right, I'm going to go off. And she found the beetle, who was indeed cricketing towards her children. And he's like, and he picked up the beetle and he said, Beetle, beetle, why are you making so much noise in the middle of the night? She's like, I'm making so much noise in the middle of the night because I'm trying to move my family across the trail because the flood is flooding out my home. The rain is coming too fast and too furious, and it's flooding out my home, and I have nowhere to live. So I thought I would ask for help, and so I was letting everyone know in the middle of the night that indeed it was an emergency. Well, The mountain lion indeed thought, well, this is an emergency for the beetle. So after he helped her up across the way, set her on a bush with her babies, he looked up at the clouds. He said, "Cloud, why are you raining so much in the middle of the night?" And the cloud said, "Yes, I am raining so much in the middle of the night because the gecko asked me to. The gecko was hungry and needed the mosquitoes from the monsoon rains. And so he asked me to rain, and rain I did." And the lion looked up and he said, "So it's the gecko's fault?" Well, that mountain lion took off running as fast as he can, and he passed the beetles, and he passed the cows, and he passed the frogs, and he passed the woodpecker, peck, 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 and he passed the fireflies, and he ran all the way up to his cave, and he let out a big giant roar. And that gecko woke up and was so scared and so that he ran down all the way and ran up to his tree, up to the top, and he was like, "Oh, oh, oh, oh. Is the lion still mad at me?" Oh my goodness, friends, thank you for coming on this journey with me. Take your hands like so, put your hands together, give yourselves a round of applause. Thank you. And we are going to put our seatbelts on, and we're going to go on a journey back to our houses. Are we all ready? Put your seatbelt on. Get your steering wheels. So we're all going to go home. We're all on a road trip. Excellent. Oh, my friends, unbuckle your seatbelts. Thank you so much for joining me as we took a trip from Idaho to California to Arizona, where you got to go with me on all sorts of adventures of how, when I moved, I learned all these new stories and made so many friends along the way. So thank you, my new friends. Thank you so much for joining us. And anytime you'd like to go on an adventure or make new friends, all you have to do is open up a book and read a story. So I want to thank you. I want to thank Story Tapestries for bringing me here today. I want to thank the Blair Family Foundation. I want to thank the Nora Roberts Foundation. I want to thank the Maryland State Arts Council and the Arts and Humanities Council of Montgomery County. And I want to thank all of Story Tapestry supporters for bringing me here today. Thank you, friends, and we'll see you soon.